As soon as you create platforms and rails for things to happen, it's difficult to do anything outside of that. But what was great about Canada was that we were exposed to so much interesting things. I'm talking about in the 70s and 80s now. So many interesting things because generally channels, stations, broadcasters didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't really know what the audience wanted. They knew they had this thing called television. You could make content, but nobody knew what anyone in particular really wanted unless you put it out there, and then it caught fire. And there's only so much airtime that you could put things on those channels, and it was mostly live action and news, sports, and occasionally there would be some animation. And these channels didn't have any money. They in Canada we often watched a lot of anime because anime was cheap, but we could also make our own content. And because there was these channels that needed content that had no money to really pay for them, it left this ability for people who are creative just to make stuff. Uh, the stuff was crazy. The hilarious House of Frankenstein, if everyone has actually seen that thing, that it's absolutely nuts. It makes like zero sense, but it was awesome. You know, we had the Red Green Show, we had Mr. Dress Up, we had You Can't Do That on Television, which was basically the backbone that created Nickelodeon. You know, all these things were created by people who had basically no rules, no money, and they just used their smarts and gumption to just make something and see what happened. You know, if you're going to make big Pixar slash Disney film, you might spend 150, $200 million to make this film. And then you're going to spend 200, $300 million to market this film. So is going to want to take a risk on content in that case. They're going to work with stuff that's, that they know works already. That's why you have a lot of sequels. Things are changing because they have to change. YouTube has won the eyeball war. YouTube, you can put anything on YouTube, essentially, as high or low quality as you want. And you may or may not find an audience, but you can get it out there. In 2024, in September, I went to this animation festival in Guadalajara, Mexico, called Pixelotl. There's this large theater there, and in it, it was packed, standing room only. People were going crazy, and it was all young people. I looked on the stage, and there was one young woman on the stage, and she was talking. I had never seen her before, but they were hanging off every word that she had said. And it turned out that she had made this YouTube animated thing called Hasman Hotel,
Right.
and, and it absolutely was just bonkers. The people were going nuts for it. She made it. She made it on her own, and it caught on. I think Amazon. I think I think bought the rights for it, and they're doing a series. She found a way. She found her audience. So people coming to the industry right now, they can find their own audiences. Just don't follow my path or anyone my age because there's things out there that they can do that we would never do.